Hey, what's up, guys? It's Lewis of That Convention Got Collectibles. I kind of like this angle. It kind of cuts off the top of my head so the glare off my bald head isn't showing so much. But, yeah, anyway, I got another little eBay mail day. Looks like some larger packages. I don't even remember what some of the stuff is, but we'll go ahead and get started with some of the smaller ones and see what we get. I'm going to go ahead and slice all of these packages. (1992) Shaquille O'Neal Skybox Rookie. So 8 of those. Very nice for the Shaq collection. Second package. Guess I didn't slice enough. (1992) Shaquille O'Neal TriStar Classic 4-Sport. 17 out of 20. Pickup. The rest are some pretty big ones. Let's go with this one because I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. This is the folder for 1992 Classic. This was actually the promotional materials that they put out to start selling Classic. And of course, Shaquille O'Neal was the big fish that year. And I've just always loved this. And so what I thought is if he comes to do another signing, I will send this in to get signed. So I went ahead and picked it up now. All right, moving on. This was actually for another signing coming up. Celebrating Mark McGwire's 70th home run. This is a hardcover book. And I'm pretty sure I have this magazine in the soft cover. Yeah, and it kind of goes through the home run race of 1998. So I have this as a soft cover, but I thought, you know what? That looks pretty awesome. And so I'm going to send this in for the signing. Maybe have it signed right in here in either a red, white, maybe a gold, or maybe a blue. Who knows? So yeah, this is something I'm getting for the autograph signing coming up, which I am almost ready to send off. All of the things that I'm going to have signed. Probably have about 10 or 12 items. Closer to 15. I'm going to keep that box because I'm going to use that to ship it to the signing. All right, the next one is actually a return from Coach's Collectibles. They recently attended a signing with a bunch of New York Yankees. And so I sent my Displate in that was already partially signed to get a few more signatures added. Now this has some plastic on it. I'm going to go ahead and remove. And as a matter of fact, all right, so here we are. And for this signing, I added Wade Boggs. I added Bernie Williams. And on this side, I added Hideki Matsui, 2009 World Series MVP with the Godzilla inscription. Yeah. Oh, and I also added Andy Pettitte down here. So now this is Darryl Strawberry, Don Mattingly, Joe Girardi, Jorge Posada, Paul O'Neill, Hideki Matsui, Bernie Williams, Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, Andy Pettitte, CC Sabathia, Mariano Rivera, David Cohn, and David Wells. Whew, pretty awesome piece. and I'm hoping to get Derek Jeter. I'm going to add him right there. That's what I'm saving that spot right there. Maybe at some point I'll get Tino Martinez. And then hopefully one of these days Roger Clemens will be the last pitcher I think I put on this. The Rocket himself. So yeah, pretty cool. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this in my collection, or back where it was, because I don't have any signings going on right now that I need it for. So what I'm going to do is turn this around, and as you see, there's my magnet. And one of the cool things about Displate is that they are magnetic, and you can move them around. So this was actually lower at one point, like down here, and I just peeled that protective paper off, peeled the magnet off, and just stuck in the next spot. All right, had some construction worker come straight through my room while I was doing the last video. So let me flip this around, and there you have it. So again, the Displate makes it super simple. I can move that up, down, little left, little right if I don't like the spacing. And yeah, I keep that right there next to my desk. So while I'm working, looking over, seeing this awesome Yankees piece signed by so many people. So yeah. And finish this up. Let's see if I can get this to sit here. Oh man, my head's showing now. All right, well, it is what it is, right? Okay, so I'm gonna keep all this in case I have to send that in for another signing. All right, and then this next one is another return from a signing. Now this one I sent to Outer Haven Signatures, which I had never done before. I've never used them, but they were attending a convention, ironically enough, here in Atlanta. And I didn't know about the convention. And so by the time I went to get tickets, I could only get general admission tickets. And that makes it really hard to get autographs because the lines are so long. You're sitting in someone's line for 3-4 hours. Then they go out to take a photo, so now you're just sitting there and the person's not even there. Then hours later, you finally get the autograph. And then you got to go stand in the next person's line for several hours. And so I decided not to do that. Now, you have some good and some bad with that. So let me first start off with the bad. The bad is I was getting my Sons of Anarchy book signed. And if I don't say anything, can you tell where the signature is, or which is the new signature I added? I added one signature to this. Can you tell? See with different angles. All right, so the new signature is right there. And I can see it immediately because it's a different color red. So I use Sharpie paint pens. In fact, I'm pretty sure I sent one in. But it looks like they didn't prime it enough. So it turned out being kind of like a blood red instead of the light red, which is what you see in some of these other spots. Use one marker for all of them, and yet it's a different color. Now, it's okay. This is for my personal collection. I just thought it'd be something cool to have as many people as I could on it. So not a bad or a horrible thing. I'm not like super upset, but it's kind of why I like doing autographs myself, because I would have primed it enough to see that that wasn't the right color. And then, and compared it to the rest, I'm like, ooh, that's not right. Where they didn't necessarily take the time to do that. Nothing against them. Just not what I would have done. So now the good is it looks like on this one, it did work out. And so I sent in this Displate. And the two signatures are right here. 1, 2. And those do look the same. They might be slightly off, but the reality is, no. They're close enough where I wouldn't notice. So those two signatures were done by them, and they look great. So that's kind of the game that you the risk that you take when you send something in. that you don't get it exactly the way you want it. It just is what it is, you know, and hopefully you work with a company that, you know, will do a good job for you, will take care of your items. The book looks, it's in good shape, like nothing really, you know, no major damage or anything. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely use this company again. They did a good job with this one. I would just try to probably make sure next time that I send in the marker either prepared, or maybe choose a marker that doesn't have that different in tones based on the priming of the marker. But all in all, yeah, they did a good job. So I would definitely use them again. The Yankees Displate came from Coach's Collectibles. I've been working with them to get most of those autographs, and they always do an amazing job over there. So I definitely recommend them for any sports-related autographs. If you have a poster, or you have a baseball or a football or something that you are getting signatures on, highly, highly, highly recommend them. I have a bunch of stuff that I have gotten through them, through their partnership, where I send in my item, they get it autographed, and they do a phenomenal, phenomenal job. One of my favorites, the Hitman poster, Don Mattingly, and there's like 12 inscriptions or something. And it came out beautiful. Same thing with my Bruce Smith poster. It has like 6 or 7 inscriptions. Really, really well done. So highly recommend. If you are unable to go to conventions yourself, you know, find a good company that you can trust. Oh, actually, this goes on my wall as well. And you know what? I'll show you how this display works. Hopefully, I won't be interrupted by another construction worker. Let's see. I'm going to flip this around. So right there is my Displate magnet. And it's right next to all my Sons of Anarchy autographed figures. And so again, the Displate itself is magnetic. You can put it anywhere you want. The magnet's already up there with the protective leaf. And that can be peeled off if I wanted to move it down, if I wanted to move it to a different side of the room. But it is where I like it. And so I take this. I'm going to use my second hand here just to make sure I don't drop it. There we go. Now, to me, that looks a little low. I like to have it centered. So I simply peel the Displate back up, move it up, and hopefully I can get my hand out of the way. Oh no. Hard to do with one hand while you're holding a phone. Let me try it again. There we go. All right, so we'll go right there. Perfect. There we go. Now it's a little bit more centered between those things. If I didn't have just one hand, probably would have been easier. And plus my left hand is the one with the 2 cuts on it, so not easy to do. All right, so put you guys back over here. Sorry that this video, whoa, it's taking so long, but got my book, got my Displates back. Very, very nice. Always good to get something back from a signing because you're always worried when it's gone. It might get lost or something like that. So great job that it's not. And next package from eBay. You know, I go through all this cutting and it's never enough. All right. So this is a kind of a mini poster or something. I'm not really sure. What's interesting is the back has another cool poster. Wish that was 2 posters because I could get them both signed, but this is just one, so I have to choose. I am going to see Manu Bennett, who voiced Azog, at my next convention. I've been waiting to see him for a while, so I bought it for this to get this signed. Now, while this is really cool, I may be better off getting this side signed and have him sign it, because then I could get the Hobbits to sign it as well, or anybody from that, you know, from those movies. So that is a tough decision. Do I go Azog, just himself? Or do I go Hobbit? Good question. Anyway, something to think about over the next couple days while I'm getting all of my items ready for the show. All right, and then the last one for today comes to us from Sports Card Displays. And if you watch one of my other videos from last time, I talked to you about this company. And I reached out to them and I said, you know, I need a bunch of stuff. Because once I put that Andre Reed 6 card together, I thought, you know, I could really use the way they made those cards pop and look so great. I could really use an upgrade to a bunch of mine that I already have. And so I reached out to them and, you know, I asked them, you know, a lot of the items on eBay is what I wanted, but they weren't necessarily exactly what I wanted, you know, in color-wise and things like that. Some of the listings are a little strange, like you pick your color, but I noticed in another listing they had more colors than that listing. So anyway, I reached out to him, told him what I needed. He said, no problem at all. Goodness gracious, I think that was like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. They're already here. And so I'm super excited to receive this box. It is large. And oh, goodness gracious. I hope he gave me directions or something. So I'll just show it to you like this. And so you can see I bought a couple orange, I bought a couple yellows, some green, some white, some red, some blues. I think these are blacks. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to open these up and see. It's going to take me quite a while. But that is one of the packages. All right. Then I got this one. This looks interesting. Trying to get to at least where you can see. Oh, goodness gracious. Ugh. And so once again, you can see a variety of colors. And based on this, you can see a variety of sizes. There's some really long ones all the way down to booklet size. So awesome, awesome, awesome company. Sports Cards Displays, I believe it's what it's called. Sports Card Display Cases. Check them out. Again, I get nothing for it. Not like he cut me a break on any of this stuff. But I just think it's, as a collector, I love finding really cool stuff to display my cards, to display them better, to make them look even better than what they are. And these cases definitely do that. So check them out. Oh, you know what? Those might be spacers. Anyway, doesn't matter. Check them out. Sports Card Display Cases. There you go. Yeah. And that is our mail day for today. Now, what I plan on doing is getting all this unwrapped, putting the cards in them, and then kind of doing a little bit of a tour of how they look now. And so I will do that, but that's going to be in another video for another time. This one has gone on long enough. So with that said, appreciate you guys for watching another video. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video. If you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, please. What do you think? Azog poster signed, or flip it and get the Hobbit poster signed? That is a good question. And let me know what you think about the Displates too, and the autographs and things like that. So anyway, that's it for now, guys. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.